So to create an assistant, so let's say for Cool Care AC services, I'll put up the name of the assistant, I'll put up the company name, and then we have to simplify and speed up assistant creation. So through our extensive research, we have developed pre-filled templates. So lead qualification, the most common use cases are directly available on our platform, or you can choose to build from scratch. So I've already created the base assistant for Cool Care AC services. So now we will head over to the most interesting part, which is creating the prompt. So prompt creation is the most important piece of any AI agent, which is the heart of it, like how it will perform. So we have a goal here, a welcome message, and the prompt. So prompt is the entire script or the instruction which your agent will follow. So what we'll do is I've created a base instruction. So I'm talking about, so we will be using ChatGPT. You can use any LLM model, your favorite models to create the voice bot prompt. So we will be creating so we want a professional voice bot script. The bot should be able to greet the customer. Then we want to personalize it for Cool Care AC services. So we already know the service, what the customer wants here. We know the brand. So we want to confirm whether this is the same service they are looking for. And after we have a confirmation, we'll be confirming the service request details. And then we will be talking about the service location. We'll also try some interesting thing, like any business would want to do some upsell also during the conversation. So we have put a flavor of that. Like we want to sell a seasonal maintenance package. And finally, we will close the call by confirming your appointment schedule. So I'll just copy this, and I have my chat GPT opened here, and I'll hit. So now, so LLM models are pretty efficient at generating your core script. So you can, we recommend using high version models. So thinking models, reasoning models, to basically have a lot of thought process built around where the LLM itself will do a lot of research behind your use case and will come up with a lot of interesting and creative ideas on how you can engage in a particular conversation. So some interesting ideas here would be putting your language preferences by prompt creation, and then which region you want to do calling. So then we can put some flavor in terms of how the engagement happens. So if it is happening in India versus United States, so you would have different cultural nuances also, which can be picked up by LLM and become like that essence can come into your core script. So now we have the introduction here. We have, okay, this is, so all the script is now created. I have already copied a version of it here. So now let's step in and see what all we have on our console now. So we have the goal. So this is the most important piece where you are defining. So your AI agent will always try to maximize this particular goal. So here I have specified that I want to qualify the customers and maximize the number of service bookings, so which is the reflection of my core KPI or the revenue function. Then I have put up a welcome message here. So in the welcome message, you can see the highlighted name, service, and brand. And this is all we are picking and connecting the dots from the lead form, which we saw just few moments back on Cool Care website. So whenever you have to do some personalization, so we have this advanced feature of adding dynamic personalization. So you can add your own variables here, and then that becomes the core pieces, building blocks for your agent. So I've already added the name, service, and brand, and you can just use these parameters by just adding at the rate. Let's say I want to add name, which I've already added. So just to show you how it works, I could add the name in this particular welcome message. Now moving on, I have already pasted my voicebot core script here. So once again, there is a personalization. So where the agent actually feels more human. So whenever we are talking that we already know about what you have filled in the details, you already are addressing the customer by name. So that is how the human touch comes into play. And Now moving on, we have AI model selection here. So we recommend for most of the use cases, mini model works best. But if you have more complex scenarios where there's a lot of complex reasoning involved, we would suggest using GPT-4o models. And GPT-1 4.1 mini and Flash would work almost same. Then Voice Genie by default can work in multiple languages. So this is where we are break. If your business is global, you can actually talk languages through the same agent. So my default language is English, but I can enable multiple languages. So as you can see on my screen, I can enable multiple languages. So usually we allow additionally two more languages. So if a customer or the the default conversation start in English, but you have a Spanish customer in front who doesn't know English, then automatically the agent will switch to Spanish if you're selected here. This is where you are selecting your say this is the UX for voice agent, which is the voice over. So we have different voices here. So I've already chosen Lauren. I'll just play it.
So, hey, if you needed a sign today that things can be light and happy and completely okay, then listening to me is the answer.
So you have different voice filters, whether it is which country, which accent you want, genders. So you will be able to select the right voice in couple of minutes. So we have tried to minimize the first to give that voiceover, which perfectly matches your brand style. Then finally moving on to the right section where we have a lot of settings here. So first we have conversation settings. So in conversation, one important parameter is how well the customer, when interrupting an AI agent, they are able to adapt. So in certain cases, you have seen when there is a lot of when a brand wants the customer to stick to the conversation and the agent should not be interrupted. So you can switch it off, and we would recommend doing A/B testing with allowing interruption and without interruption and how it works out. And finally, we have settings around. So a lot of times there'll be dead air when the customer is not speaking back. So in that case, we have a setting here. So usually we keep it 6 to 10 seconds. So if there is a 10-second timeout and the customer is not speaking, we re-engage. And this is the re-engagement message which agent will use. Finally, we have, this is also very interesting feature. So usually we see a lot of calls would go to voicemails. So we have two major settings in voicemail. So one is either you can hang up the call. So let's say if you reach a customer voicemail, then what would you do? So either you would hang up, and a lot of people would also, let's say, leave a message. So we can leave a message. We're saying that this is the number where you can reach out to back to us. And we had connected, we were trying to connect for this service which you had tried book. Then we have a maximum call duration which is the ceiling when the call should disconnect. So in a lot of cases, you would know what is the usual conversation time, and there'll be exception which you don't want because those are not real conversations happening. So we have a max timeout. Then let's say in Cool Care AC services, we also want that whenever the customer is qualified, that call should immediately transfer to a representative. So let's say the 100 call comes and 20 qualified, we have people on roll which can take the call, which are real customers who have actually booked the slot. And we want in that moment itself to connect to a real person. We can transfer. We can send an SMS. So we want the customer to receive some kind of information. We can do that. We have, in different cases, we would have book a meeting. So if you're doing a SDR use case where you are looking to actually book a meeting, we have our integration with cal.com. So your AI agent will do all the efforts and your meeting calendar will be full. Then we have a knowledge base. So knowledge base is where you would basically, there is one part of the knowledge which you have already, which are the instructions you have put in the prompt. But there would be a lot of additional knowledge, right? Which would be, let's say in this particular case, we have to equip our AI agent with pricing, with let's say warranties, and there could be 100 different FAQs which we would expect this AI agent to know. So then those additional knowledge is actually inserted in the knowledge base, because you wouldn't want to like bulk up your prompt, because that is your core brain, and all your additional knowledge which an AI agent can pull it up in real time whenever is required, that comes into your knowledge base. And finally, after all the hard work which has been done by the agent, you wouldn't want to listen to all the calls, right? You would want your AI agent to do the last piece also, which is qualifying all the calls and give you the real analytics. So in this case, we have put up, we want to know whether what is the intent to purchase the seasonal package, right? So these are my premium customers who have actually talked about buying a maintenance package, right? Which I can tell my technician, okay, this is the customer. So you can actually, you have to sell the maintenance package here. So we have, so this is how the analytics is also driven, which is your plain instruction in English, where you have written a question. This is your shorthand, and we have different responses which you can define a possible. So in this case, we have said that we want the qualification to come in three form, whether the intent is high, low, or neutral. There's no intent. So similarly, we have put what is the sentiment of the user, what is the preferred date and time. So all your structured data is coming back to you in a very powerful way, back to you in a collated manner. So you know that you have placed 100 calls yesterday. Out of those 100 calls, 50 got qualified and 20 were actually interested in your maintenance package. So now we have done this is the heart of it, where we have already created an assistant. So CoolCare AC Services Assistant is now ready.